Went with a cookie this morning.
These new Chips Ahoy's are pretty good.
I see you're eating quite a few snacks
Yeah.
lately. I also noticed that you've been getting skinnier while eating snacks. That's a skill I haven't mastered yet, Bob. Please tell us all about it.
I don't know how. I don't know how. The evenings are bad.
Are they really?
Yes. Very bad.
No shit.
I am ignoring everything healthy, and I'm eating everything in sight.
No, but you eat really healthy during the day.
I do.
So you're 50% healthy. That's how I go.
It's
That's
almost
how I do things.
Probably 75-25, but at night it's like I gorge on sugar-filled foods.
No shit.
As soon as I'm done eating dinner, and we've been eating dinner later, like 8:30.
Because your training goes into the later nights now.
Yep.
Kind of like me there.
8:30, cleaned up by 9, shower, sit down, and I am starving. Like Captain Crunch, bowls of cereal, muffins, cookies.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, everything. Anything and everything. My cookie dealers.
What?
Dude, like...
Oh, did you see they're doing ice cream?
No.
Whenever I posted that, did you see the one angle I took the selfie?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm trying to think of a new selfie game. I was like, Juan always took sick pictures, so I took a picture. I'm like, that's how he fucking did it.
That is
so
the
I hit
Juan
him up,
pose.
and I was like, the Juan Morel angle. And then I was like, but I do gummies instead of cookies. Should have said pretzels because that's actually my weakness now.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, his stories started popping up more and more. Like he got moved to the front like when I start my stories, which is weird with the algorithm on
So
that bullshit.
stupid.
Fucking crazy. But anyway, all of a sudden I saw him eating ice cream with my cookie dealer like tagged on the front of the fucking pint or the quart. And I'm like, they got cookies in that ice cream, which is it'll be a local thing.
Yeah.
But that bitch is a hustler. But anyway, I was like, no shit. That fucking ice cream is worse for you than Ben & Jerry's.
Probably.
But
Probably.
for people like Bob.
Well, I guess Crumble does it now, too.
They do ice cream.
They have ice cream there.
Dude, them crumble cookies ain't no joke. They are tasty motherfuckers.
They got quite the menu this week. We're hitting it up Friday.
They do new cookies. For everybody that doesn't know, crumble cookies like fucking huge on TikTok. We got a couple in the area. The one out there, is it North Huntington?
Yeah, North Huntington. Yeah.
It goes out there. Hannah's got them for all the girls for their state meets, qualifying for states. So all the girls get a cookie and everything for each level. They all get their right before or after states or whatever. They're fire.
They're very, very good. Usually, like, I'm not into, like a big chain.
Yeah.
Like, they're delicious.
They're warm when you buy them.
They are. They have a Boston cream pie one this week. It's like a deep dish.
You're all over that.
It's in like a pie crust.
Look at you getting all excited. You
I am.
fat fuck.
I also looked up the nutrition facts.
Let's hear for the Boston cream or all of them.
Well, I just looked up the regular chocolate chip. It was really, really bad.
Like, was it my cookie dealer bad? Or worse?
Possibly worse.
Over 1,000 calories.
Yes.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. So
they're huge cookies too, everyone. For anybody that doesn't know, the crumble cookies are literally the size. Like if you open up my hand the whole way across and around, that's the size of a fucking cookie.
Yeah, you're getting quite a bit. So there's 5.5 servings in one cookie.
Oh, let's do math.
Well, actually, they have it broken down here.
Oh, okay.
So one serving,
Yeah.
110 calories, 12 carbs, 10 grams of sugar, 6 grams of fat.
This is for the chocolate chip.
This is milk chocolate chip.
Okay.
So per cookie,
One
milk
cookie.
chocolate chip, 550 calories.
Okay.
31 grams of fat.
Okay.
19 grams of saturated fat.
Oh, okay.
64 carbs. 51 sugars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't too bad.
It's not, reading it back, I mean, that doesn't bother me too much.
I'll fuck with that one.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with that because then it's like, here's where it would get me. Oh, which one did you look at there?
Fat on the Boston cream pie.
What do you got?
39 grams of fat.
And one cookie. 40 grams of fat.
I don't mind the carbs and the sugar that much. That fat, that's fucking...
Ooh.
That's a lot of fat, dude.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I feel like I was looking at these and I was like way more blown away.
Dude, my cookie dealer cookies, like, they hang in the fucking 1,000 calorie range.
They are. Now that I'm looking at it, they're way worse. worse or better. I don't know how you want to look
Yeah,
at that either.
that's that fucking gain an hour, lose an hour thing Heather's freaking out about.
Like yeah, right. I've sat and eaten 2 to 3 cookie dealers. Yeah. Saturday nights, dude, like I'll bake 2 of them and I'll cut each of them in 4s. So there's 8 pieces and like I'll just grab 2 at a time.
Dude.
And I'll go back up and 2 at a time.
Dude, you burn so many calories. That's unreal. That has to be the wildest feeling because given the fact like you're a fat fuck, like that's your genetic makeup is
100%.
you being a fat guy. Mm-hmm. Like actually, I don't know anymore. Let me take that back. You were just fat because you ate like shit and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is something that's been rattling around in my head with all the bullshit going on with the steroids and death and that video I filmed and how it's fucking caused ruffled some feathers and all that.
Yeah.
So genetically, like all this food we eat is shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like you ate that and you were puffy Bob.
Yep.
But now you reaching your full potential as a human being with your genetics, like you're doing some pretty extraordinary things. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult. It's very hard. It's very intense. Very time consuming. Very taxing. Mm-hmm. However, like this is what your full potential looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is it really that you were Fat Bob?
Just didn't move, Bob.
Or just didn't move, Bob.
Yeah.
You mean, so you think about it, like this is a question that whenever I get a little tuned up, a little smoky smoke going on, you start to kind of, that's the one thing I love about weed is like you kind of look at everything in a little bit different light. Like you kind of like have an out of body experience
Yes.
and you're able to look at yourself and be like, whoa, am I staring at myself right now? I mean, that's the cool part. Like brings you to a new dimension.
Yep.
That's why psychedelics are big in expanding the mind. But alcohol doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. You just get fucked up.
That's it.
Think about some sex. Suck my dick. So, but whenever you're looking at it from like the outside, like if you never would have done this, if you never would have got introduced to Kenny and never would have did this, you wouldn't be wearing that hat. You wouldn't be feeling this way. You would not be reaching your full potential, Bob. Mm-hmm. Do you think that, I mean, I know for a fact, but let's have this. Do you think there's people out there that are not doing what they were put here on this earth to do because they've never found it or reached it or even thought about it?
100%. 100%.
Right?
Yes.
Because you were Fat Bob, 285 fucking pounds, like strong, like you did the powerlifting stuff, benching big weight, moving big weight, but that's not full potential Bob.
No.
Full potential Bob is running in the Austin half marathon and taking what? What'd you say?
84th.
84th place or some shit out of 7,500 people?
Yeah.
That's some shit. So like the full potential of people, and that's why like having experiences in life and trying new things and experimenting is so important, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I mean, honestly, like all the jokes aside with like me binging on this food.
But dude, you showed me your calories burnt yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, even today I'm at 2,500.
You burned 2,500 fucking calories already?
Yep. Yeah.
That means you're going to burn all day because you have a resting metabolism.
Yeah, easy.
It's not going to stop.
Yeah, and
then you're going to work out again.
What I'm experimenting with really is when I'm at 190, my workouts are like fully optimized.
Oh, okay.
I have my best workouts when I like get done a workout and I'm like 187 to 190. Right now I'm at like 184, 185.
So a little light.
I'm a little light. I ate a lot last night. This morning I was 189 before my workout. So I was like, okay, I'm right on that line. But then after I was done, I was 182 after my run. So
that's a lot of fluctuating there.
And I still felt good, but my runs are fine. On the bike, if I'm 190, I feel amazing.
A lot more strength.
So I've tried just adding rice, adding potatoes, adding all these things. I don't gain any weight. I'll lose weight. The sugar is what really keeps my weight up.
Really?
So like
Boy, that's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Like I don't know if it's right or wrong. I do know a lot of triathletes eat a ton of very high sugar foods, even down to what they're consuming. I mean, most of these people are consuming large amounts of carb powder that it's not just carb powder, it's loaded with sugar.
Loaded with dextrose.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and dextrose, and that's one thing we were discussing, how dextrose is something that endurance athletes use over the cyclic dextrin because cyclic dextrin can only be absorbed so much. Like
Right.
there's a certain threshold for it. So it's like, what's the use of using
Exactly.
100 grams of cyclic dextrin if it doesn't absorb the same way in the body as dextrose for an endurance athlete?
Right.
Or for a performance-based athlete, we should say. Which some is still good, but it's that whole thing, how much is enough and what's too little.
Right.
But sugars, that's crazy. So that right there, it's like, well, where's like, I have never looked into this, but the studies, are there studies that show it's better? But this is like kind of you're at such an elite level of performance
Yeah.
that it's almost like fuck any study that's done. It's kind of anecdotal experience. And that's why, that's why Ironmen are so unique. Triathletes are so unique. Extreme marathoners are so unique.
Yeah.
Like, and then as you continue to get better and get more in depth into this, like you're just learning more about your body.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday when I got done, I had a big bike workout, big run off the bike. I didn't feel good. I felt drained, like I felt into the ground. And a workout should be challenging, but I should rebound within an hour after my workout. I should feel good. And yesterday I did not. I weighed 181 after my workout. And I don't want to feel like that anymore. When I eat bigger, I feel better. But it's just, it's still fucking with me. Like eating more food fucks with my head.
I was just gonna say, like you're still fluctuating a lot.
Yeah, like almost 10 pounds.
I was gonna say you fluctuate 10-pound swings. That's I mean, but that's the name of the game too. Like the amount of stress you're putting on your body.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just the intense training like this. But I think it's funny because you never. I was going through pictures. So that old picture that I put up yesterday on Instagram.
Yes.
From that Diamond Gym.
Yep.
Jason Ha posted it because it was me, him, and Cedric. We hung out that whole weekend together.
Yeah.
And Jason posted it. I'm like, man, I got to repost this fucking picture. And so I was looking through old pictures again, going through all my shit, and I found pictures of us, like from 16, early 16. And then I'm just like, man, that is fucking crazy because we also looked really young.
Yeah.
We looked much younger.
Dude, I know. My mom said that.
You look a little older.
My mom said that the other day. She's like, hey, you're finally looking like your age. I was like, what does that mean? She's like, well, you look a lot older than you did a few years ago. I'm like, well, I am older, Mom.
It's been 5 years. I am older.
But no, I see it. I see it in my eyes. I see it in my, I don't know.
But then also stress.
Yeah.
Stress is a fucking killer, dude.
It is.
Like we're the amount of stress that occurs in a single day is fucking mind blowing.
Yes.
That's just alone with business. You know what I mean? And in business, unless you own your own business, like you don't really have an understanding, like because it's super stressful. Like I keep myself up at night about stupid shit, and then whenever something really big occurs with the company, and you're like, okay. All right. Well, I'm awake. It's 2 a.m. Fuck this. And then you don't sleep, and then you do that a few days a week, and you're like, the crow's feet really start showing up. And
yeah.
But
well, no, I mentioned that yesterday. I was telling Kim about a few big things that we've been doing. And, and she's like, how do you walk around? And I'm like, what? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, just walk around. She's like, no, how do you walk around with that on your shoulders? I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's got to be on mine. I was like, I don't want it on anyone else's. I was like, I want that pressure on us.
It goes on us.
I was like, but it's just, she's like, but you don't I don't really notice that amplitude of stress. I'm like, yeah, I bottle it up. I was like, it's all bottled up in there.
Bottle your stress up.
It's the worst thing
Be
you
a
can
man.
do. Yeah. I listened to a really good one the other day.
Dude, that guy's funny as fuck.
He's really fucking
It's hilarious. But it's
he's like, don't let someone else ruin your day. Ruin it yourself. Be a man.
Dude, that's the one. It's never not funny.
Never.
So Hannah was busting my balls. Did you see the thing with that the one I posted yesterday morning with Margot Robbie? Mm-mm. You didn't see it?
I don't know.
So the dude was like, he's shown her this one guy, he's a chubbier guy, actor, and it's some movie. I don't know what it was. And he's like, that's my son, Danny. He switches over, and she's like, oh, nice. He's like, that's my wife, Lita. She's like, ooh, pretty.
I did see
and he's
this.
like, that's my dick. She's like, cool. He's like, sorry about that. And she's like, it's okay.
I did see that.
Dude, I was like, I watched it probably 100 times. And I'm just laughing over and over because I was like, that might be the funniest fucking thing I've seen in a while. Because, that would actually occur. Like,
100%.
you're like, if you're like somewhere genuinely with somebody being like, yeah, look, that's my kid. We were playing the other day together. And you're like, that's my wife and I on vacation. That's my dick.
Fuck. My bad. I feel like I would play it off like that too.
That's what I mean. It was played off perfect. He's just like, fuck. He didn't even like, oh, no. He's just like, that's my dick. She's like, cool.
Well, and it's such a guy thing to even be like, to have it in that order. Like, you just have like all these awesome family highlights, and then
dick.
You know what? It's probably a good time for a dick pic. Like right now, boom, send.
Dude.
And it's like, why is it right in the middle of your family vacation? What happened on Easter that you snapped a dick pic?
Bro,
you know?
Bro, so true.
That's how guys fucking think.
I was going through my shit, just saying like about the pictures, like finding us and all this stuff. Out of nowhere, fucking 2 dick pics side by side. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? How did this occur? Like, they were good,
Yeah.
and now I understand why they're there, but like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't getting rid of them too.
No, hang on to those.
Yeah,
Yep.
I look great.
It's funny, like I can go back and know like when I was taking like a bunch of shit too, based on dick pics.
Oh,
Because I'm like, man, I was a horny fuck for those 12 weeks. Like,
Man.
my fucking God.
good Lord, you crazy
fucking
bastard.
pervert.
Oh, I would fucking die. It was so funny.
That's a man thing.
Yeah, but that's
Totally normal.
Yeah, I laugh. I was laughing at that. The other guy that I like following on TikTok is that I think his name's Stephen He. He's that Asian guy that makes fun of Asian stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, he's the emotional damage.
Yes.
That guy. Bro, his shit fucking cracks me up. Have you seen it, Tristan?
No.
Oh my God.
We'll have to queue up a couple later.
Yeah, the dude is just. I didn't know there was so many things about Asians. Like, he makes fun of Asian culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Asian dads flex their kids.
Yeah.
Like, what makes them specialer than your kid? He's like, well, my kid plays the piano. Apparently playing the piano with Asians is a big deal. Had no clue. And, dude, it's fucking every single, like, stereotypical thing within Asian culture, he just goes after.
Yeah.
The math thing was funny. Dude, I love it.
Oh, yeah. I saw he was making fun of his kid because he got a B+.
Yes, you
in
got to
math.
be in math. He doesn't know he's Asian. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Ton of followers. Yeah. The internet is pretty funny.
I mean, it is. Like, those little moments of, like, fuckery, I mean, they do come in handy.
Oh, dude. So over the weekend, I was watching a couple old movies, and I realized why my personality is the way it is. Like, of watching all of the comedy that I watched.
Yeah.
Like, old school comedy was fucked up.
Very. Yeah.
But, like, it was funny and fun. Like, they were poking fun at a stereotype, but then also poking fun at themselves and, like, the whole scenario because it's real. Mm-hmm. It's a real part of life. Like, it's open and, like, they're just bringing it to light. It's funny. And comedy now is cooked. Mm-hmm. You can't say anything without being like, well, you can't say that. But it's true and it's funny. It's not that I'm degrading you. It's just that we're having fun. Mm-hmm. Everybody's so soft about it.
Yeah, well, even the type of humor we used to be like that used to be out. Like, my brother doesn't understand some of it.
No.
Like, he just doesn't even think it's funny. Like, he's not offended.
Yeah.
Or, like, he'll hear something fucked up and, like, he'll laugh at it, but, like, he's not, like, really into it like we are. And it just doesn't. They have not made a movie like that in a long time.
I don't think they will. I don't think comedians will ever do it.
No, there's a select few that are kind of stepping outside, but
Yeah.
like you don't hear. They don't have a Netflix show.
No, they won't get one.
No.
I mean, Tom Segura, he's a fucking riot. Everybody, Joe Rogan things. You said they took your phones.
Yes.
And he was fucked up.
Yeah, they did.
They won't let that fly out anywhere.
Fuck
That
no.
never will get
Dude,
out.
I'll gladly hand my phone over for a show like that.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
one of the coolest shows I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Him live in his element, having some drinks on stage. The best version of Joe Rogan, in my opinion.
That's how. That's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Dude, I grew up watching Eddie Murphy and Dennis Leary. Dude, those two back in the fucking 80s and 90s, dude, they were animals. That's why I'm so fucked up. I used to watch that shit when I was 15 years old, dying laughing.
Oh, Shane just introduced me to someone. What's his name? Is it Andrew?
Andrew Dice Clay?
Andrew Schultz.
Oh, bro, Andrew Schultz is
Holy
hilarious.
shit, dude. Like, he is on that fine line with almost every clip he's put on Instagram. I don't know how his Instagram is even still active,
Bro, that dude,
to be honest.
but the thing is, with a lot of these comedians, they're highly intelligent.
Very smart.
They are not stupid. They're very well versed and very well educated about the subjects that they fucking poke fun at.
Yes.
Andrew Schultz is one of them. He is no dummy.
Well, yeah, he was saying a couple racial jokes.
Yeah.
But like the one was, he was so educated on this guy's ethnic background. Like he knew everything.
Yeah.
I forget what nationality he was, but like he kept like going back into history and what they did and like them as a military or an army and they doing this, and I'm like, dude, how can you like think this guy's a prick? He's educated. He's just poking fun. That's it.
And that's what comedy's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be like, ha ha, that's funny. That's a stereotype. It's okay though, because I don't hate you as a person. Now you're supposed to make fun of me. Like you're supposed to have fun.
Yep.
I don't know how people can't do it.
I don't know.
Everybody takes shit too serious.
Just relax. Just relax a little bit.
Calm down. I really do hate the PC culture. I just, like, you don't have to like everything about somebody to, like, hang out with them. Like, you don't have to be, like, 100% in or 100% out, like, on people and relationships and meeting things. Like, it's okay, like, because you're never going to like someone 100%. Never. Like, you and I, it's 95%. You know why? Because I ain't fucking running with you. That's 5% that I will never do.
I'm not doing fucking burpees.
That's
I
what
can
I
tell you
mean.
that right now.
So it's like, but it, that's stupid analogy, but this whole, like, you got to be all in or all out on somebody and how polarized all this is. It's so stupid.
It is.
It's so dumb. Like, I feel like 20 years ago, it wasn't like that.
No, I feel like 20 years ago, like, you could walk into a bar, not know the person to your right, and you end up talking to them for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
And, like, they just told you everything that they're about, and, like, you might not be into it at all, but you listened and you thought it was all right, and then, like, all right, well, see you later.
Now I feel like you start a fight.
Bro, people don't even talk when they're out in public anymore. They don't.
I guess I don't go out in public too much.
Shit's weird.
It is. People got weird.
We stopped in at the mall the other day. People are weird. The way they, like, operate, it's awkward.
Yeah, we don't go out very much.
No.
I've always been like, because like my upbringing with my parents, like they were outgoing. My dad was a super outgoing guy. Like my dad showed up. My dad worked super hard, but then whenever he showed up somewhere, he partied really hard. Like that was his thing. He'd just work hard, play hard. Like he'd show up, he'd be like, "Fuck yeah, let's have a good time." He'd start fucking with people, say fucked up shit, dude. Just that's kind of where I got it from.
Yeah.
And but like. I don't know if that's how things operate today. Like, my dad would go somewhere and just fucking have a ball. I don't know.
Yeah, my dad would just say whatever the fuck he was about to say. Like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even think about it.
It is an old school trait.
Yeah, he still does.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Oh, yeah. And the problem is that's their mentality. But now things are so polarized. And as they've gotten older, like, I don't want to say they're, like, mean, but they'll get mean about, like, the whole political thing. I'm like, calm the fuck down,
sure.
dude. You know this whole, all the political thing is a fucking full-blown agenda from both sides. Like, both sides are not cool. Like, neither side is cool. Like, if there is something, if a subject is polarized, like left or right, right and wrong, like, I don't fucking trust either one of you sons of bitches, because life is in the gray. Because if you live your life of liking someone 100% or 0%, then you'll never do anything cool. Life is in the gray. And you just have to put yourself in those scenarios. But society's so polarized that it's hard to live in the gray. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're not, I mean, dude, you're not going to find someone exactly like you. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't want to either. That's what makes me unique.
You know what is funny though? I found someone that is almost exactly like me, like 100%.
Uh-oh.
And like it's weird. It's a little scary, but I kind of like it. So like my friend Emily, I swim with, brings her daughter over to.
Yeah.
She is a female version of me.
Really?
100%.
No shit.
The sarcasm, the little fucking sly comments, like being super witty and quick, like everything. Like the way she is with her family and like the way I am with my family. Like her just like, like, oh, I gotta do mom stuff today. Like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, and we were going back and forth, me, Emily, and Kim in a text message the other night. I'm like, oh my God. She's giving me such a hard time right now. I was getting like pissed off. I was like, she's exactly like me. And Kim's like, she's 100% like you. 100%,
Really?
yeah. Dude, it's weird. It's
You were
weird.
getting
Like,
pissed at her.
yeah, I was getting pissed and like vice versa. Like we're like dishing it back and forth. And then like she kept one-upping like on me. And I'm like, fuck.
That's what you would do.
Because like I always like get the last word in. Like with my parents, with my siblings. Like, no, I got one last thing to say. And then they're like, okay, yeah, you won.
Fuck off, Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I fucking found it.
No
I
shit.
Found it, yeah. Kind of like it, kind of don't.
It's pretty funny.
It is. It's really funny. I never met anyone else like that.
It is weird whenever you see doppelgangers.
Yeah.
And whenever you see like whenever you see blips of yourself, it is wild.
Yep.
It is pretty crazy. And it takes that kind of like stopping and like, you know, like just looking at it all and being like, fuck me, like kind of having this moment.
Yeah. I just thought of the waitress up at the Sizzler.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if we can say that one.
No?
I don't know. Oh.
Well, she was super excited about it.
You know, I've met some women that are like doppelgangers of me.
Really?
Never could I ever end up like dating them. It's the weird thing. So like
Other dudes?
Oh no, women.
Oh.
No, so like you're talking about like a woman. If now is my question is like, what's better, finding a woman that's just like you or finding someone different than you?
I mean, that is a good question because for a while I thought like Kim was like me, and that's why we got along so well, and we've been together for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
But no, we're not the same, and I think that's why it works because like she like balances me out like
Yeah.
big time.
There's for me, there's no fucking way I'm living with someone like me.
Yeah, you can't.
We'd fucking, would not be fun. Hannah is like my life partner. Like she's my life partner.
Mm-hmm.
I could not be with anyone else. It is 100% ingrained in my mind. She's my life partner. She's who I was supposed to meet in this life to do the things I'm doing. If she was not around, I would not be this way. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I was with someone like me, it would be fucking ugly. I couldn't imagine. I'd be like, why are you so intense? Calm down. And the same thing goes back for me. Like, why I'm so intense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
But I think that, I mean, relationships are funny, and everybody has different experiences in life and different views. And there's so many things that come into a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not just like your relationship mentally. Mm-hmm. Like, think about it with your relationships and everything you've ever done in your life or people that you've met. It's like you connect with different people on different levels, and insecurities and strengths and all those things come into play with someone. Like, okay, like a relationship. We're talking about, like, would you get along with that person at home, like having dinner and, like, doing regular stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. The reality of it is if you have poor sex, if you have a poor sexual relationship, you are not going to do well in your regular setting at home because people think you guys get along and you're cordial.
Right.
The sexual tension will become too great. So you need to be compatible from a chemistry and sexual standpoint, not just like verbal communication and mentalities, because that's how people run away. That's how people stray away. So your sexual needs need to be met, as well as your mental needs, as well as your emotional needs, as well as spiritual needs, especially if you have kids and you're building lives together. Yeah. Because now if you have kids, what's the next thing that's involved there is like, do you guys mesh like how to raise children together? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There are so many different levels to that. And I know if there was 2 Seths in a relationship, oh my God, no.
Well, it's even like, that's such a good point. Like, even though I'm pretty much Bob all the time, I interact differently with certain people and in certain groups.
For sure.
Like when I'm at work, I'm relatively quiet.
Yes.
And I listen and I take everything in. If we have a meeting, I don't speak much. I just listen. I take it in. Mm-hmm. I have my notes. I'm good. I'm a little introverted at times here at work, out in public. But then like with my family, with people I've known forever, I'm kind of the opposite. Like I'm super vocal at my family parties, like always cracking jokes, always like that guy. But then put me in other situations and like I'm just hanging out, kind of quiet.
I don't think everybody is. Everybody operates differently. Mm-hmm. But with you, like you're very quiet in meetings. Yeah. But whenever you speak, it's of value. Mm-hmm. And then after a meeting is over, whenever we have our discussion with something, whether whenever it's just us 3, like it's discussion.
Yep.
But whenever we're in a big company meeting, it's different. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, we're going to evaluate this together. Mm-hmm. What were the points we all saw? You took notes the whole time. Let's go through this so we make the right decisions as a company. Right. And I mean, same thing. There's times whenever I'm very vocal, and then in certain scenarios, I'm like, I ain't gonna say shit. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be here. I'll soak it all in. Yep. And it is. I think everybody does that to a certain standpoint. Mm-hmm. You know,
it's just so funny how things work out the way they do. Like while Emily is like exactly like me, and I don't know, kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like in certain situations, the other side of it is like she's like one of my best friends right now.
Sure.
And it's like it's so weird that she like lives right down the road. Like she's super close. Like even just so late in life, like I haven't had like other than you and Mike and Jay and everyone here, I haven't ever had anyone new come into my life and like stay.
Well, that's
like over the last 10 years. Like it's pretty much been people just dropping off from my life.
And that's why life is so fucking wild and exciting. Because it makes you think like, how the fuck do you show up?
How did I meet someone that I get along with so well that we're into the same shit and she is literally 3 miles from my fucking house?
How's that possible?
Like I'm not from out this way. I'm from fucking Philly. Like how'd that work out? Like I got Kenny and everyone and Scott, great friends of mine, but they're an hour away. They're an hour west of us. You know, it just we don't get to connect and get together the way that it's just so funny how it works, dude.
Bro, that is my most favorite thing about evaluating life is how things work, because it's like whether you believe in Jesus, whatever religion you are, all right, and whether you think Jesus brought you together or a different whatever, like there is a way of the universe. There is a way. And I only say that because what are the fucking chances of me and Hannah connecting? What are the fucking chances of that? Dude, Hannah is 10 years younger than me. What are the chances that I meet someone who is 10 years younger than me, lived 10 miles away from me, went to the same high school as me, went to the same college as me, knows the same people as me, all these things, and it was right here, and like her and I connected, and we have a relationship that is, I know for a fact that she's my life partner. Like, what are the chances of this shit happening? What are the chances of you and I doing this? What are the chances of these fucking things occurring? Dude, it's wild, and that's what makes life so awesome, and there are so many stories throughout life of people doing this. And the whole thing is, with every single fucking scenario, what it comes back to is taking chances and working your balls off.
Yep.
Because if you never would have started doing Ironman, you wouldn't be friends with Emily.
No. Nope. I met her at the fucking shitty pool
That's what
in
I mean.
Greensburg.
You never did that.
Yep.
You ain't meeting her.
Mm-hmm.
That means that if Kenny never came on the podcast, you wouldn't meet an Iron Man. You wouldn't be an Iron Man. You would never done this. You'd be doing something completely different.
Yep.
Possibly. Potentially.
For sure.
But that's...
How would have I ever gotten into this?
So
there's no way.
So when it comes down to everything like in life, that's why I am on this fucking high right now of living your life.
Mm-hmm.
Live your life. Don't live nobody else's fucking life. You live your life the way you want to, doing what you want to, when you want to, how you want to, and anybody else that judges you, fuck you.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's yours. And it can be taken away from you, like cat. Mm-hmm. Or you can not live at all and just go through the fucking motions every single day and rot. It's up to you. Mm-mm. So that's why I'm like on this high of life. I'm like, I want to feel it. Bro, I'm 6 weeks away from going fucking bear hunting in the Rockies for 6 days. Mm-hmm. I've not been camping since I was a child. It's going to be wild. Mm-hmm. I want to do things that are going to make me feel something that I've never, ever felt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do so many of them just because I'm like, give me the experience. Mm-hmm. Because I want to feel some shit. Because we are not put on this world, on this earth, as unique as we all are. We all know the fucking chances of us being even born as human beings is very fucking slim. So if this is our chance, then why are you not doing something incredible? Why are you not experiencing life? Why are you not going after things? You're so beautiful. You're so unique. You were created to do something incredible. Search for it. Find it. Do it. And don't let anybody fuck with you about it. So I might fucking hate it. I might not like going up that bitch. So I'll never do it again then. Or I might fall in love with it, and I find out that that's what I want to do. I'm going to go diving into the ocean in August. Mm-hmm. Go spiny lobster diving. I'm not too cool with that, dude. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, it's an experience, and until I do it, I'll never know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to put myself in a scenario that I'm very scared of and do it. Because if you don't live, you're going to rot. Mm-hmm. And if you were safe the whole time, like, oh, I'm so safe. I could never do that. Oh, no. Oh, what are you going to do? You going to sit in your house and watch the fucking TV show? You're going to watch me do it then.
Right.
You're going to watch it. And it's fine. Some people aren't like that. But like with all these motherfuckers dying and then Hannah's dad having the trouble that he's in right now and how all the fucking health complications and the problems that he's had. He's worked himself. He worked his ass off his entire life and now has health issues in his late 60s. It's like, dude, I don't want to do that either. Mm-hmm. I don't want to die young, but I don't want to fucking rot away. I want to live. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to. And I think that that's what I find so fascinating.
Yeah, I'm chasing these like things that scare me right now.
Well, absolutely.
That's what I'm doing. And each time I get scared before every single race. Like everything I get scared every time I get in the pool. Last night I had to cut my swim short because I legit had a panic attack in the water.
Yeah.
I could not breathe. Granted, the water was probably 71 degrees, so I was like chattering, but I could not get my breath. I started panic swimming and like I couldn't do more than like a down and back.
No shit.
And I'm like, fuck. I was like, what's going on? And then I forced it. I was like, no, I just got to swim through it. And then it got worse. Heart rate was 172.
Oh, bitch.
Dude, mine's never,
You're pulling a Seth there, huh?
Dude, so like I'm like, fuck. I was like, I just stopped where I was at, got out, was driving home. And I'm like legitimately trying to think what happened in there that just set me off. And it was fear. I was so scared of not breathing and I don't even think it was that. I think I was so scared that I wasn't nailing something the way I should have. And I was like, what if I feel like this on race day?
You got it in your head.
Big time.
Got it in your head.
And now like I can't wait to get back in tomorrow because I want that gone. I want that feeling fucking gone. But it creeps in once a month, twice a month.
Doubt.
And it's the same thing that happens when I'm standing on that fucking dock before they blow the cannon, and it's like I'm like, oh my god,
Bro, you've said it to me, like.
But the dude, the feel, like these are just feelings. That's all they are. Like they're not it actually can't kill you. The feeling itself can't kill you. The act might be able to kill if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
but
could.
dude, like every time I conquer these fears, it's like,
Oh, it's a new experience.
dude, it's what we're supposed to be doing.
Bro, do you know how terrified I am to just go running?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to fail. Mm-hmm. I hate it, but I fucking You said the other day, you're like, oh, yeah, I warmed up with 3 miles. That was my adult PR.
Yeah.
Running 3 miles. Never done it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me that, like, I mean, and I'm terrified of it. Mm-hmm. It hurts. It does not feel good for me. But I'm like, I just have to continue to do it because it's a goal of mine.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, like within bodybuilding, again, I used to be terrified of it. Mm-hmm. Dude, I used to be scared to go on stage or speak publicly in a classroom for your fucking presentation.
Yep.
Now I'm like, fucking give me the goddamn mic. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to talk about? Mm-hmm. Seth, I want you to talk about something really fucked up in your life. Hand me the mic.
Got it.
How bad you want it? What do you want to hear?
Can I cuss?
Can I cuss? What's your favorite cuss word?
It's just crazy that these are all it's just all mental things, though.
And that's why on the last podcast we were talking about being hard physically, getting hard mentally, getting hard emotionally, getting hard spiritually. Mm-hmm. Because there's a deeper meaning to life, and I think people should search for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and it's such a convoluted subject because what is the meaning of life? Mm-hmm. Everybody searches for it their entire life, and they think they find it, and then they realize maybe I didn't, and there's all these different things, and whether did I make the right decisions in life, and what can I do more, and that's why I kind of feel like just live your life, do what you want to do, fuck anybody else that talks shit. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. And people, you choose to do with what you want, and that's it. I think it's a cool thing, like experiencing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I never thought I'd have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought I'd have 3 kids. That's insane. I have 3 children that I'm responsible for.
That scares me. That does.
What's that?
Having children.
Oh, bro.
I cannot take care of myself at all.
Dude.
I'm regressing with being able to take care of myself.
Fucking Benjamin Button.
Dude, everyone looked at me like an asshole. Like I went over to Mike's. Well, I don't think anyone actually saw me, but if they did,
I saw myself.
If they did, like, I went over to Mike's for Easter, and he smoked these half chickens, right?
Yeah.
So like I went over and I was like, oh, I gotta cut a piece. I can't just take the half chicken, even though I wanted to. So like I'm over there trying to cut like meat off the bone of this dude. After I was done, it looked like a wild animal was picking at this, and even Kim like came over and was looking. She's like, what happened here? I was like, I couldn't get. She's like, there's all this pocket of meat. She's like, it just pulls off, and like she like pulled it off. I'm like, fuck. Like I'm cutting off like the leg. Like I'm cutting the meat off of it because I couldn't get it off. And it's stupid little life things like that. I'm just regressing quickly.
Dude, being a parent isn't a joke.
No, it's not.
It's not a joke at all. It's supposed to be taken very seriously. Mm-hmm. And I don't think society takes it serious enough.
No.
I honestly, like, dude, I'm so hard on my children. I'm not like, I am, yes. I am. I think you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Adeline, like PSSAs, mm-hmm. like that's the Pennsylvania State Assessment Test or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Adeline, like do well on these. The keystones and all that shit. A bunch of standardized testing that is absolute fucking bullshit because that's how states get their funding, and I think it's a fucking joke. However, it's part of the system. Mm-hmm. Now, Adeline is like, I was like, you have to do good on these, and math plays a significant role in your placement in high school. Mm-hmm. So do well on these. And she's like, yeah, but they don't really matter. And I was like, oh, this is a life moment to teach my daughter a lesson. Mm-hmm. Okay, and most parents are like, yeah, they don't matter. Fuck those things. They're standardized tests. They're bullshit. I think that. But if I tell my daughter that they are bullshit, I think they're fucking jokes. Therefore, she's going to believe that they are jokes, and she's not going to do her best. Mm-hmm. So it was a life moment to teach my daughter something. And I said, Adeline, you're right. I was like, but you have a standard to live up to in life. If you treat these like they're bullshit and don't give your best effort, then that's how you'll view something. And if all your friends are viewing them as bullshit and they're stupid and they're dumb, then they are. Because in life, you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do or you think may be dumb, and this is your job right now. And, child, I will be proud of you no matter what. I'll be proud if you don't do well. I'll be proud of you if you do super well, as long as you give your fucking absolute best. And now, Adeline, for the past 14 years of your life, you have built a standard for yourself. You did. Not me. I know your capabilities in life now. I know what you're capable of. So I expect your absolute fucking best at everything that you do. It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect, but I know what you're capable of, and I want to see it. I was like, and all your other friends, they're saying this is nothing and they're stupid and they're not worth anything. I guarantee you that they grow up to not do as many extraordinary things as they think that they are capable of. It has to do with the upbringing that you fucking hold your children to. I hold my children to a very high standard, their standard, and what they are capable of. And Adeline's are really fucking high, and she did it. So whenever I see her, I'm like, I know what you're capable of, child.
Let's fucking see it.
Let's go. And that's something that's like, dude, that was a conversation that I had to have with her that was 15 minutes. It was super intense, and she's a teenager, and she probably didn't want to fucking hear it, but she knows, and she respects me, and she knows that I always fucking if I'm talking to her like that, it's important. And it's like, you have to do those things as a parent all the fucking time.
Yep.
And it's time consuming.
It's exhausting.
Oh my God, it's so exhausting. Because Emmy's not like Adeline. Emmy is not like Adeline when it comes to that. Adeline is highly intelligent, stupid smart. Emmy is not. Emmy's still a great student. She's progressed so much, but she has to work way harder than Adeline. Emmy has to work way harder than Adeline at school. Has to. When it comes to gymnastics, though, Emmy just clicks with gymnastics.
Yeah.
Better than any child we've seen yet. Emmy just, something is there. Adeline is a well-rounded, I'd consider Adeline like a renaissance man. She can play any sport, and she can be good to very good at any sport. I think, me personally, that's what I think. Yep. But Emmy, she's Emmy. She's the happiest thing in the world. You cannot be around Emmy and not be in a good mood. Adeline's a fucking bitch sometimes. Grew up in the same household, all that shit. But being a parent's tough. It is scary. And I don't think enough people take it serious. You know what I mean? Because,
Well, you can't be on and off with it.
No, you can't.
You can't have these days of intensity and, being on their shit and, making them work, and then other days, that's, the miscommunication, the signals, that doesn't work that way.
Dude, and it's so hard to be mean to your kids.
Yeah.
You don't think I want to love my kids and be friends with them all the time and snuggle them and love them? Bro, sometimes I'm like, fuck me. I have to be mean to you right now. I got to let you have it. That's the reality of it all. You know? And because I think it translates into life. You know how, oh, they're too young for that. They're too young to start thinking about what they want to do with their lives. Well, they might be too young to know what they want to do with their lives. But if you don't have those discussions and get them thinking about it in different professions and different experiences in life, then how are they ever supposed to know what to go after? Whenever they're 18 and you're like, well, what do you want to do with yourself? Well, I don't fucking know. We've never had this conversation. So you plant seeds and see how they grow. You water them, you tend to them, you shine light upon it. By doing so, it's well, look what I do. I'm a businessman. I've done these things. I was a safety professional. I've done these things. You explain to them how life grows and how different opportunities arise. But if you don't plant seeds, they'll never have any idea. Especially as they get older. Otherwise, they might just grow up to do nothing. And then you have a fucking whole entire society full of fucking influencers that don't have any skill in life other than TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, it's a little scary.
It's tough.
There are so many things for people to do. And I mean, some of the greatest things on TikTok right now are people doing things with their hands, woodworking, painting,
I like those
metalwork.
videos.
Well, I think me, like if I went back to school, I'd go engineering. I'd probably go civil engineering. I love it. I was smart enough to do so, but I never knew any civil engineers. No seeds were planted informing me of engineering.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know what it was when I was in high school. Like, how fucking crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at engineering as a completely different.
I thought it was an engine.
Yeah, I was like, why do I want to build
Why would I want to do that?
machinery and
I don't like that. No, little did I know I would have been fucking building bridges.
yeah,
It's been awesome. But it's funny how life works out. And I mean, you know, and what I went to school for, I do not do now, but it's not that I don't have respect for it. It's why I have the mentality that I do.
yeah,
Yeah. Life is wild.
dude, it is because like I was thinking about this with college the other day, you know, and a lot of people have similar views as we do too.
Oh, yeah.
College and the school systems,
Yeah.
and then some are the opposite, whatever. But looking back on what I did, like I didn't go to any big time schools. Like I went to a smaller community school, commuted.
Yeah.
Probably chose like an easier way out.
Yeah.
As far as my degree went.
Yeah.
It was a degree that 90% of the student athletes were in because it was very manageable. So that being said, I wouldn't have changed anything I did. I'd still go to that same school. I would have still chose that same major. I would still have done all the same classes with those teachers, with those people I met. Because there's one big takeaway I had from college, and that was I went from an extremely introverted, I cannot say a word in front of anyone, to, yes, I'll do the keynote speech for the incoming freshmen of 350 students.
Yeah.
And that alone, just being able to learn to speak with people and be personable, and then I noticed my teachers being attracted to me out of 100 people in the class just because I spoke to them like an adult. They spoke to me like an adult. Like, these are things I'm talking with my brother about right now because he's just questioning everything under the sun. Why am I doing this? Am I in the right major?
I think everybody is.
Are these teachers am I being taught things? Like, he's questioning everything. I was like, that's great. I was like, you should be questioning these things. I was like, it means you're becoming more educated. I was like, how are you with public speaking? He's like, better now. I was like, so 2 years ago you wouldn't have been able to get up. He's like, oh my God. He's like, no way. I was like, okay, so you have already one big takeaway from college. You can speak in public. You can speak to people. That means you can speak in a fucking interview when you go try to get this big time job.
Yes.
So like, dude, I don't know. I guess I've been kind of having this like life epiphany lately too, just like how it all adds up into where you are today, and whether you like the spot you're in or not, it's because of those choices.
And there's so much more after it.
Yep.
I think because if we're looking at it this way right now, I think it opens up the mind for opportunities in the future as well. That's why that's what I'm gathering from it, at least.
100%. I mean, I don't think our work ethic or how we approach business has changed much since we started. It's been the same mentality.
Still pretty intense.
But my mentality completely changed with me being physical and fit and healthy. And it's completely molded my mind into different ways with new people, traveling and going to these like different, like, dude, I didn't really love travel before.
Dude, it's making you harder.
Yeah. It's making me just, it's introducing me to so many more people, experiences, places, environments, cultures.
Respecting them as well.
Yes. Like, I know where I really don't want to be.
Yeah.
I know where I'll probably live someday, 100%.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
But it's that expansion of life that I think, I mean, it just came over me.
Mm-hmm.
And it came over me because of the fucked up things that are occurring.
yeah.
But it's like, or it escalated them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just sped them up. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, I know what I was getting at with the school thing. So, like, I told my brother, I was like, do you have to do a big time, like, internship still?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Uh-huh.
Because, like, I didn't know if they, like, removed that fucking shit now
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
all this
shit.
stuff. And he's like, no, he's like, I'll have to do an internship. He's like, it can be anywhere, though. Like, kind of making it sound like I could probably do it with Dad, like, in his company and not really do anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if you have to do this internship, I was like, I suggest finding the best situation you can get yourself into. Something that might be very difficult and you're probably not going to get paid for it.
Oh.
Because that's one thing that I did. That was the other big highlight from college. My internship, I did do it. I did it at Gold's Gym. I was a sports management major. I also got my personal trainer certificate. I had a minor in kinesiology. My idea was that I was going to own a gym or run a gym someday. Well, my internship got me into Gold's Gym, which was in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
I started working there, like not getting paid as an internship. Then I got a sales job there. Then I was the sales director there. Then I met my old boss from the other fitness company we worked at.
Mm-hmm.
I started working there. Then I met you through that fitness company. We became friends. I left that company. We started our own company. Dude, these things all add up. Like, you guys can all think everything is bullshit while you're in it. The people and the opportunity that come along.
You never stopped progressing.
Never.
There were times whenever you felt stagnant and needed more and didn't know what to do with yourself, and then you took advantage of the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And those opportunities were super, super risky.
Very uncomfortable.
Very risky.
Yep.
We've done crazy things to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
And we will continue to do so. That's how we've known that opportunity occurs, and it's just a matter of whether people want to do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Life is wild. I absolutely love it.
Me too.
I think more people need to take chances on themselves and just go after the things that they want in life, because it's your life. You do what you want to with your life. You're going to be scared of yourself. I'm scared of simple things right now. I'm not even I like, it's crazy. Like, I'm scared of, like you said about like your workouts. Like, I'm scared of running because I know I'm not going to be good at it, and I know for a fact I'm not. There's only one way to get good at it.
Do it.
And I've never not really been decent at anything.
I was scared this morning before my run.
And those are simple tasks. Mm-hmm. But all of this comes back to what being a hardworking motherfucker stands for. That you don't have problems, just more work to do. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't have real life problems.
No.
You're healthy, you're able-bodied, you have all your fingers, all your toes, your mind works, your lungs feel great, you have no health issues. You create issues inside your head by thinking too hard. People do that. Monday is not a problem. Monday morning meetings are not a problem. They're just work. And if you don't like them, it's up to you to fucking change it. Because there are people in the world with real fucking problems. There are people in the world that have issues that will never be cured. And here you are bitching about something stupid. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, that's the thing that you have to revert back to, because, I mean, that's why we push so hard. That's why we push ourselves so hard, because we do these things without even thinking that. Mm-hmm. We do them without even thinking, like, man, I'm just going to push hard. I'm nervous. I'm scared about this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. But if you have to stop and think, everyone, we've been thinking like this for so long because it's adopted into our whole entire being. Mm-hmm. Other people, it's like, dude, if you want to break down and think about it, like, what would happen if something how would you feel if you woke up and found out that your daughter had a debilitating disease where it's going to kill her within the next 12 months? Your life, you are now fucked in the head. Now you got a problem, motherfucker. There are people with those things occurring in life. So if those things aren't occurring in your life, then what are you actually bitching about? You don't have actual problems. You just have work to do. It's a simplistic way of looking at it, and some people try to overanalyze it. But the overanalyzation is the fact that you're finding reasons not to do these things.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, like, they're scared to fail.
Yeah, yes.
And listen, we've failed a lot. Like, I guess it just isn't all put on the fucking internet for you guys to see. If you fail enough, like, you'll learn that it doesn't fucking matter.
It has no bearing.
It has no bearing.
What are you
at
supposed
all.
to do? You're supposed to quit?
Oh fuck, we fucked this design up. Oh, we gotta throw all of them out. We just lost 5 Gs. Okay, we failed. Fucked up.
I'm not quitting.
Okay, let's move on. I forgot about it already. It's over here.
Yep.
Dude, it did not. It affects you in the moment, and you move the fuck on.
That's it.
Fail. It's actually the more you fail, the more you realize that it just does not. It has zero bearing.
Isn't it crazy?
As long as you're not doing the same fucking thing and failing at the same thing over and over and over and over.
I was just going to say it.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. That's you being a fucking idiot.
But then also, like, people use all these like big time athletes, Michael Jordan, how, like, they'll post how many times he failed, but it's then like, okay, apply that to your life. Mm-hmm. Stop holding yourself back.
Yep.
Stop, like, pulling on the reins. Mm-hmm. Stop doing that. Just fucking go, dude. Just fucking go. I posted that video. People were fucking like, oh, like, I'm like, this is just my opinion, motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. But if for me, it's the real truth because I'm living it. And I know people might not like it. People might not want to hear shit about it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. It is your life, and you do what you want to with it, and fuck everyone else. Been saying it forever. I've been saying the same shit. Don't be a judgmental motherfucker since day one. Yep. Just live your life. It's yours. Because whenever it's all said and done, nobody really gives a fuck anyway. Mm-mm. It matters to you. So why wouldn't you live the way you want to? Mm-hmm. If you want to be a surfer dude, my alter ego, surfer dude in the fucking coast.
Long fucking hair.
Fuck off everybody. I'm with my kids living every day. We're on the beach. We're just surviving on the coast. That's like an alter ego that I have in my head, or I don't know if that's the right word, or what I have, like the complete opposite of what I am now would be not a care in the world, living off the land on the coast. Mm-hmm. So, and it's just a matter of what you want to do with your life. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. It's hard. I don't understand how people don't think like this, to be honest. And I think it's this conditioning of shitty lives, the conditioning of fear, the conditioning of ill feelings and not knowing what to do and control and not being free to think and free to be and free to feel.
Yep.
Because once you get that way, man, you are a powerful being.
Unstoppable.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Well, wonderful podcast, Bob.
Very fun. Yes.
I enjoy this.
I did too.
I hope everybody, you enjoyed this as well. This was a life enlightening podcast. Please share it. Please pull some clips if you like them. Share them on the internet. Tag Bob and I, and we'll make sure we get to them. Tristan, thank you for all your help today.
Of course. I'm just happy to be here.
You look great today.
I know. I have the camera on me.
Oh, you got your own camera on yourself.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be on Shane anymore, so it's on me.
Yeah, fuck him.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Keep being good motherfuckers.
See ya.